So we did a little digging and we got some more information.
Okay.
We were able to cover her deleted map files. So we got a spot that was pinned. Her GPS coordinates were there for like a few hours.
Right there. I have a vehicle right there. See that? Savannah Hale, 22 years old, goes missing May 4th, 2022, less than a year ago from Shreveport, Louisiana. The last text message that she sent, in fact, it wasn't even a text message, it was the search that said, "Can I die or can you die from a 3-story jump?" Now the thing is, Savannah left Fatty Arbuckle's with her boyfriend at 4 a.m., went home, dropped him off. Around 6:08 a.m., Savannah's caught on surveillance camera at the local Chevron, purchasing what we believe may have just been a vape. Around 6:30, she sends 4 text messages. One to Kirsten, her sister, one to Megan, her sister, one to her ex-internet boyfriend, as well as to her current boyfriend. Shortly after that, she turns off her phone, where it does ping one more time in a parking garage, where she's also picked up on surveillance footage around 7 a.m. After that, there's no more sign of Savannah. Now we have a lot of details and information from day one. There is a link in the description that you really need to check out before you watch this episode. We're going to be talking about things such as screenshots that Kirsten provided to us of locations that Kirsten has logged into Savannah's Google account, to where we can actually see routes that she went and she visited some water. You know, the text messages that she sent, the searches that took place. It's really going to bring you full circle as to how our search is going to go today.
For families who have all but given up on finding their loved ones, this team is a last hope. Civilian divers cracking cold cases for free.
So this first location, we're going to meet up with Kirsten and Clint this morning. I have been to this location once before because we met up with Eric, who is the son of Ernest Franklin, who went missing in 2003 driving a 1995 Cadillac DeVille. Old school. Now this section of the bayou here is just a little offshoot of the 12-mile bayou. And as soon as Kirsten gets here, we're going to pull out the map and go over the locations that we're going to be searching today. And the water is higher than it was last time I was here, probably about 2-3 feet higher. So that'll be good because this offshoot will shoot us into the 12-mile bayou.
So we did a little digging last night and we got some more information.
Okay.
We were able to cover her deleted map files. One of these spots, it was at her GPS coordinates were there for like a few hours. But it got on the move again. And this was after like 6 or something. Yeah, after the last, yeah. It's behind the casino right here. It's like this little area right here.
Okay. So she would go over here and just hang out?
I don't know. So it's not a hangout spot. It's like a little, I don't know what's back there. I've been on that back road back there, but I haven't been that far back to see, you know, what it looks like back there. We were gonna probably drive over there and see if it's accessible to kind of get some eyes on it.
Right.
To kind of, you know, see if it's even.
She's there for a couple hours.
Yeah, I was there for a couple hours on the GPS coordinates.
Okay. Before 6 a.m., before she called you, she was there.
It was after she called me. So this is during the time that she's missing.
Okay.
After she's seen, and then she's downtown, she goes over there and...
Was her phone on? She simply turned off location for you to
We're
see?
thinking she turned off data.
Because on the coding, it was picking up from Wi-Fi.
Okay.
It was saying Wi-Fi.
So while yesterday we did jump up and we checked out every single one of these locations, this one was, 1.5 feet deep. This one we found a car that was potentially, 30, 40 years old underneath the drawbridge. This one was at the bait shop that we couldn't get into, just too much traffic. There was no access at the dam. We dropped down below the dam into 12 Mile Bayou, which is where we found the red Toyota Scion. We also covered this area over here for boat launch number 1 and 2 for the Cypress Bayou boat launch. I did find 2 more that I marked on here. In the event that we're not successful down here today, we'll jump up and we'll finish our day up there and hit this one potential. However, this really does take us out of areas that she never drove to, she never searched, but we just want to be aware of them and leave them on our map, just in case we have nothing else to search. We then finished up our day down at Stoner Boat Launch. This is now going to bring our day back into this search radius. What do we know? Home, Chevron where she was last seen, downtown parking garage, as well as, Fatty Arbuckles, where she worked. And to add the new information that you just came into this with for me, is that as we're looking at 12 Mile Bayou here, you're indicating to me that over here in this area, she ended up over here with some, with her tracks. Now the thing is that when I was looking at some of these maps, we have a sandbar over here. So initially when I did all of my investigation, I took this off of the map completely. However, we do want to double check it because you have this information. So what I'm going to do here, let's first of all just mark that I need to come in here and check this entire area. So we're going to add this new location. And do you have a timestamp on it?
I got to go back and look at it. I think it was 6:50 something.
Okay, so this is before she went to the parking garage.
Yes, that had to be before she went to the parking garage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after she turned her phone off at 6:30, she ends up over at this location, but now she heads over to the parking garage. Okay. So with that information, I'm a little less prone to be excited about this location for search, but it is an area of interest, which is going to play into our search pattern where we're going to be at today. So last night, as I start breaking down this 5-mile radius, especially with home, she never went further north of home the day that she went missing. So what do we have? Well, we have the first access into the 12 Mile Bayou is right here by taking a little dirt road down underneath. It swings underneath the 220 and you can drive a car off the very end over here. It always seems to be the ones that we solve are within this 5-mile radius. So I really want to focus on this area right here. We also have right next to it another potential on this side. You can potentially get a car in the water right here and right here. And our location that we're actually at right now off of this little offshoot. So here's 12 Mile Bayou and you can get into it from this little 12 Mile Bayou arm. And the reason why we're going to start right here is because I've been at this location before. I know that I can easily park the vehicle, we can get the boat in, we can stage out of this as one central location. Let's go hit the 5 or 6 locations that we have. So I'm going to jump up into the main bayou. We're then going to head back down towards the Red River. We're going to focus on, there's a little hidden, and I didn't put this one on here yet, but let me add it right now. But we have an old little hidden boat ramp back here that I didn't pick up on the very first time I was here a little over a year ago. And it's an easy in, straight down, which is also part of near the route that she was on all morning long. Between this access and this access, these are my 2 most probable. I really want to focus heavy on those today. I'm then going to jump down to underneath the bridge here, this is the Samstown parking lot that is now closed. I've driven down on this road before. We pulled a boat out of here. So I know that although there's a chain right here, if she wanted to, or if the chain was down at the time, she can easily make it in here and straight down into the river right there. While I'm at this location, the other access point that you just showed me is not that far away. Now again, this is before she was spotted in the parking garage later, so I'm not putting a whole lot of stock in here, especially with the river and the way that it's been down, you can see the sandbar.
Do you know what time the search was, the Google search for, well, the phone is already off right here, so the Google search for can I die from a 3-story fall?
6:30, 6:31.
Okay.
So that's before she makes it back to the parking garage. After we check this area of interest, we're going to jet back up the river here. There's a little location over here that if you are ever on like this little turnpike here and you're looking over the edge and you notice, oh, okay, I might be able to get a car down off of here and there's an access point here. It's a, it's a long shot, but I definitely want to check that since I'm going to be in the bayou heading up this direction anyway. And then I will finish off up at these locations, these 3 locations right here, that's the one that with the dirt access road underneath. Outside of that, it really is my main focus. She never went further south. She never went further north. We take the 5-mile radius from the downtown. We take the 5-mile radius from the home, and we just have this. It's painted a picture for us. Like, Savannah, you're there. We're gonna come find you. All right, 8 feet already. That's good. Scan underneath this bridge just a little bit. Mainly just working on like a little back eddy here. Yeah, it starts getting shallow here. 2 feet with no access over here. Oh, wait. We got 2 things here. One over here, and then I was turning on the other one, so I'll have to double check that one. Okay, this is a pile of rocks. But I got something shiny over here. So we're gonna be coming up to it. See if I can see it on live first. Right there. I have a vehicle right there. See that? I'm gonna hit it from different angles. I didn't have a vehicle in here last year. Yep, here it is right here. Do I have another one? Okay, so those are trees. Okay, coming up on it right now. 4-door. That's it right there. Like, there's no reason to even go scan other stuff. Like, we have to go down on this one. Okay, I need to identify where off of the bank it is. So it's gonna be starting right here. So it's starting right here. So it's straight in line with those rocks right there. $10 feet to the top of it, 13 to the bottom. See that? That is a 4-door. Come on, lock onto it. There we go. We're locked on. Nice and tight. Right there. There's your side shot right there. More of a square back window. Yep. That's it. We found Savannah. Like, I feel that confident in saying that right now.
And it doesn't feel like it's been in there like 20 or 30 years.
This has not been in there for 20, 30 years. Plus, I know that has not been 20 or 30 years because I was in here last year. So if it's not the vehicle I'm looking for and the windows are up, I will pop windows to identify if anybody's inside. And I may misread it too. Maybe it's a 95 Cadillac DeVille. You never know till you actually get on it. And we're gonna get on it in just a moment.
Right, what do we have here? We have a Chevy. Dang it. Not what we're looking for. Chevy Avalanche. Dang it. Why did it look like a car? Alright, well, we'll stay up since I'm inside. There's the back seat. Back seat is clear. Passenger is clear. The license plate on it. Front windshield is intact. Driver's side is down. Alright, we got a stick. Right in the front seat. That's a stick in there. Steering column is completely busted. And back window is up. So we want to make sure we clear all of this. So underwater, we'll use the window breaker. And you can see the flat part here has a push on it. So if someone steps in, you can click it, push it, and break the glass. And looks like the back seat is also clear. Alright, well.
Good. Not this time. It's a Chevy Avalanche LT. The reason why it looked like a car is because the Avalanche back has the 4 windows like we were looking at. Then when it comes down, it wasn't indicating a pickup bed because the pickup bed is full and we thought it was a trunk. So anyway, the 3 windows were down, the 4th one was up. I broke it with a window breaker to finish clearing it. There's nobody inside. So I'm gonna come get suited up and we'll stick with our plan for the day. Sorry, Kirsten.
You're good.
Yeah, I did not pick that up as a pickup truck at all on that one. And I think a lot of times, the truth of it, Byron, you see what you want to see. I told you I had another car, and it's upside down right there. I just had a gut feeling that I missed something. Because I swear it was there, and then I couldn't figure out why. I'm like, oh, well, maybe the sonar was just reading weird for me. So I'm going to come back over this the Chevy that we know of right here. It's going to be coming up right about now. There it is, on the left. Okay. Neither one of these were here last time. So that on down right there is the truck. In fact, you can even see it's a truck at that angle. That one shows clearly. I need to scan this whole area again. Right there. No, that's on its wheels. God, what is that one? So from where we're at, it should be over about 25 feet to the right, coming up just past the pink ribbon there is where it's going to be. 36 feet over is where it is. And see, that one shows it's upside down. So what the frick am I getting? Why am I showing upside down on that one? See, I told you I thought I had 3 out here. I think we do have 3. And then we're going to be coming up on the truck. I seriously think there's three total vehicles out here. Okay, right there on the left, right in line with the rocks that we were at, is where that one is at. And that one, I think, is upside down. Then where's... Okay, and this other one is just, you can see it on down imaging, it's not a car. So we're back to just the one additional. Okay, that's on its wheels. I think that's a truck as well. Yeah, that's a truck as well. But then I got something else on the far. I have something else out there too. Watch. So I do have 2 more. Okay, so right here, that I believe is the truck. And then is there one more right here? So, can't quite tell on the left a little bit. Because at some angles it looks like it's upside down. At some angles it looks like it's right side up. And that makes it look like a boxier car. Or is it a truck again? Doesn't that look upside down?
That looks upside down.
But then it looks right side up right there.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm not sold on it as far as it being... Yeah, that's a truck. See that? Alright, so now we're gonna hop up, head down to the next location. And so it's just gonna be a boat ride down for a few minutes, probably 10 minutes. So let's turn our sonar back on and identify if we have any vehicles. Yeah, so you have an old ramp that comes down, but you also have a a gate up there at the top. So I'm going to say no to this one. You can't even get through that canal there. That one we're going to mark off. And then I don't know if this is a public access over here where this truck is at, or like, can you come down and go fishing here? Is it a place for public to get to and end up in the water? Yeah, I think it's just private property. It's all fish on live, yeah. And you can see them on the down imaging really good too. So you have the Margaritaville that Kirsten and Clint were talking about is right there. It's the big white hotel right there. And that's across on where 12 Mile Bayou ends right there into the Red River. And then on the right-hand side is the Sam's Town where the parking garage is at and this big hotel. And coming up right before that bridge is where we have access down to the water. In fact, right here is where the access starts coming down. So we really want to focus in on this area if a vehicle would have come down anywhere from here to the bridge. And then once we scan this side of it, then we'll jump across the Red River to the east side, go north to where that location was at. But that location was around 6:30, whereas then she ended up back over the parking garage at 7. But who knows, you know, maybe then she ended up back over there and maybe there is a hole. All right, so kind of where that flat part is at up there at the bend is where we're gonna jet to right now. probably 300 yards, you'll see where it kind of comes out and it gets really shallow there. So I'm gonna say, let's just go ahead and start scanning it from here. And we'll scan it up around the corner into that hole. Let's see if we can find anything deep enough. Right now it's 6.5 feet, so it's plenty deep. Now it's only 4 feet. Too shallow now. 4 feet, 3 feet. So we have a straight shot, a road right here. So let's say that we come off of that, we gotta get closer to shore, spin into the cove, and see if a vehicle is hiding in that pocket. Feet. Yeah, it gets really shallow right here. So we're coming up right on that upper parking lot right there. If you wanted to gun it off the top, we do have a 7-foot hole right here. And now it's coming back up. Yeah, it just keeps going up and down. And that's only 4 feet. Two feet, 1 foot. Come on, give me another hole. Half a foot. Yeah, it's getting real shallow right here. Yeah, this is the last access right here. Yeah, okay, bottom there. So, no go there. All right, let's go on and scan this area here. There's a potential a little further up where like the third arrow is at. Ooh, that's a nice big fish. You see that one? Right there. It was like 1, 2, 4 feet long. Wait, right there, 4 feet long. Right there in the middle of the Garmin. All right, let's back it up here. All right, Byron sent me a note that they were working on something. Kirsten was. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hey. So
The new information is they're going to send you a screenshot, but her phone, they went into the coding even deeper, and the phone actually was in movement. The phone or her went back to his house. A couple hours later,
she's down at a different river point, and then that's the last contact with her phone was like at 11:30 that morning. Up until 11:30 a.m. it was moving.
Oh, wow.
So
I just sent you a screenshot of where the last location was at a river.
however, that wasn't the last location where the phone stopped. The phone actually ended up stopping in a parking lot not too far away.
Okay.
So there was river
Kind of activity, and then it moved and went to a parking lot, and then that was the last contact with that phone.
Kirsten and Clint are heading there now
Okay.
to get eyes on the landscape, just to see if it's, number one, accessible,
Okay.
and number two, just who knows,
Maybe the car's just shoved in some bushes over there as well. So they just left. They're gonna go do that.
As I'm looking at it on Google Maps though, I don't see any road and access down into the river there.
Here's the thing though, the ping went right to the bank. That pinpoint that you have is an absolute hard coordinate that was in the code that Clint pulled out at, well, he's got the timestamp on it, but that the phone or her absolutely went to that point that you have on the map.
Okay, yeah, there's like one little, like you would really have to know that and go right in right there. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
things are sounding a little odd, man. I mean,
really odd.
all right, yeah, let me jet up and we're gonna finish checking this. But yeah, I see where the road comes in. It's just north of that little point right there. So, okay, yeah, we're probably more than halfway up here. So it's still gonna be an hour and a half before we make it back down, I think.
okay, that sounds good.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Byron.
Okay, get back.
Yeah, bye. All right, let's pop those up and keep on heading up the river. I like it, 13 feet. It's gonna rain on us. Tire, debris. Okay, that is 12 feet down. That is not a car. So the main access that we're looking for is that dirt road that goes underneath that entire bridge. So it's kind of like a 2-lane dirt road. And then out at the very end where these pillars are at, you can get a car off there if you wanted to on both the left and the right of the pillar. So we're gonna scan that area really good. And then if we go to the south side, on our right side over here, there are a few locations where you can launch a car off of there. Yeah, it's not there. Let's check this other side, we'll check the middle, and then check the one more location along that wall over there. Let's see, do we have a car there? What is that? We might have a car on that side, but it's not the car we're looking for. Yeah, see that on the left? I have a car over here. Or a boat. Yeah, well, that's not the car we're looking for. Plus a Kia Forte, you're not getting that car down right there. All right, well, that clears this area. Now we got to jet all the way back, and then let's pack it up. And what we'll do, let's throw a marker, a magnet on that second vehicle that we have at this other location. We'll run the line over to shore, not a buoy in the water, so that way it's kind of hidden, nobody knows about it. And then at the end of the day, if we need to dive on it, then we'll come back and dive on it. But we have these other locations that are a little more important right now than what I believe is a pickup truck.
So the other place, there was a like a little shooting gun range, and then it was just all sand, but you couldn't get in the water at all.
Okay, almost to them. Okay, ready?
Okay. There we go.
Now, in looking at some of these additional locations, it looks like you kind of have like some housing up here. Not sure if there's any gates, but we did not cover this because, oh!
Is that a boat ramp?
That's a boat ramp. We've never seen that before. That didn't pop up on my phone before that I can recall, because I went straight up this entire river right here. So let's come where we're at. We went down the river here. We went down the bayou into the Red River. We ended up doing where that hole was at. We ended up doing this one where this big sandbar is at that we just got done discussing. And I have never seen right there. It doesn't even look like it until you zoom way in. See on this one, on my Google here,
It's not even a boat ramp.
it's not even, it doesn't even show it here. But which one is more updated? This one or this one? I'm gonna say let's go for a drive over there to begin with right now. But then let's talk about your location as well. So tell me about how we acquired this and the timestamps that go with this screenshot right here.
That timestamp was, it's either the 11:20 something or the 11:30 something. He has all of it.
And is this the very first time that we have ever have new information that takes us past 7 a.m.?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we got into her deleted data
Okay.
last night. That's why he's asleep.
Okay.
But it's coding. It's all coordinates, like latitude, longitude, timestamp on it, and then it'll have a date stamp and like the device you use. Like every device has a number,
Okay.
and it'll have the device number.
What is the very last location?
Berkshire's parking lot, and then the phone disappears.
And the Berkshire's parking lot is the one up off of North Market across from the Chevron station by Waffle House.
Correct.
And we don't have any water there.
No.
So now our question is, she leaves this area. What's the difference in time from leaving the river here and going to Berkshire's?
I think it's like 12, 13 minutes.
So just a direct drive.
Yeah, direct drive.
And then
Nothing.
we're off at that point. The Berkshire is right here. The Waffle House is right here. The Chevron is right here. The house is right here. So within walking distance here.
Did you say you went that day?
Yeah, I wasn't in her account that day though. It took me a week to get in her account. So her account goes ghost. Do what?
What time were you at?
I was about between 9 and 9:30, and I was definitely not there for more than 20 minutes.
Was he there?
He was between properties. It's his house, and then there's this drainage ditch, and there's a little bridge over it, and up the hill, directly across, I think it's his mom or his aunt. It's another relative. He was on the bridge when I got to his house, and walking. He wasn't stopped at the bridge. He was walking over the bridge up towards that relative.
So you're talking about this drainage ditch right here?
Yes.
Okay. And the drainage ditch itself is dry, so we don't have any vehicle in there. So why does she end up back over? At what time does? So she has her phone on though.
She goes back to the house after I leave. Like I probably went past her. Well, let me not say her. Her phone. This is her phone. Her phone is at his house 10 minutes after I left.
And at this point, has gone across the street. So she goes back to his house, identifies that is not there.
When I left, was in his yard.
But initially, when you got there, was he walking?
He was headed that way.
He was heading
Yeah.
that way. So he came back because he saw you. So he came back to meet you. Okay. Then potentially after you left, then he goes back over to the aunt's house.
Correct.
During this small window.
She's there for 2 hours.
Really?
She's there for 2 hours. Her phone is there for 2 hours before it's on the move.
Indicate that she was there?
No, he said she never came back. He said the last time he seen her is when he went to sleep that night when they got back from the bar.
And the location that was on that screenshot is right here, which is the power line road.
But it don't look like that. It's a whole lot of sand. I went all the way back.
Okay.
I think this is the road. And then we went to the end. Like we couldn't, because the owner took me back there because you needed a truck.
Okay.
I couldn't get my car back there. When you delete something, because I found this out yesterday, when you delete something, the driving path will still be there, but the stop will be gone. So her driving path, or not her driving path, her stops for the day were all deleted, but you can't erase the driving path because Google keeps your coordinates.
And so then we come in here to the supermarket.
And she was
And
everywhere.
now phone is dead from here on out.
Yep.
So does she then decide, but see the thing is she never leaves this area at all. So then do we take the time to go up here to 3 and 4? And this one that's way out here, I feel like we don't have any reason for any of that. We also, coming down from Target, if she comes across the 220 here, and then she comes down, you know, can she come down to the other Red River boat launch here? In fact, it's not even on the Red River, it's just in this little park here. Has she ever been here before? Does she know about this? It's right off of the same road that she was on the north side of. But she's never gone south. in any of your tracks. But I mean, where else do we have to go to rule things out?
Just that maybe that hidden boat ramp. We'll just get eyes on.
Okay, let's go put eyes on this one. So did she then finally turn her phone off 100% so nobody could track her, and she leaves the grocery store on her own? And she's already put eyes on this area. We know that she was here for around 2 hours, right? Okay, I want to go put eyes on this and see if we actually have access to a boat ramp right here, if she found that while she was up here. No trespassing, cannot get in there. Yeah, so we're at that gate there. So where I really want to go for that old boat ramp is right up here. But it's no longer showing up. It's showing that it's been overgrown and that dock is now been destroyed. But she was never actually there. But like I said, we saw it pop up on that other map, so we wanted to check it out.
You didn't scan that
I
sandbar north.
I did not scan the sandbar north.
Do you want to put in and go do a scan just to clear? And we've got time.
Well, I don't feel like she's driving in here, and it says no. And technically, I kind of can't see this. I can see both sides, so I don't want to do that. Let me just go in here and turn around.
Yeah.
We gotta honor it. We can't just blow past it.
Yeah.
I don't think she's gonna blow past that when she's trying to be inconspicuous, with the potential that somebody's now going to spot her. So let's jump out here. I want to put a phone call in.
Call me back.
All right, so we got nothing there. Let's see, we pulled in here. We were here. So we are parked right here right now is where we're at. And the area of interest that we're talking about is she either came in through the gate right there on the left that we just came past, or she came in off the parking lot up here that looks like you could potentially get to that same area. There might be a gate right here though. Yeah, see, I mean, you got like barricade stuff right there. You might be able to get through there. But then the road goes straight, and that's where our big hole was at right here, and we searched that, and then we came up where the parking area was that she hung out in for like 2 hours, and we scanned all of that up to here. Now remember, it drops off also, so you have an entire bank, so we were looking at the possibility of launching off of there as well. And then the old boat ramp, which is where the no trespassing sign is right here. Okay, it's only showing, this is not giving me a when was this map, that as you come up here and you zoom in, it used to be cleared out and it used to have, you know, a dock here. But now when you zoom out to the newer map, this is now completely filled in, the sand has covered it, and it's overgrown. The point behind all of this though, as we beat this to death and we just, you know, keep talking about it, is that she was never this far up, to the best of my knowledge, in this location at what we once saw as a potential boat ramp here. That's the issue I'm having with, is this boat ramp was not there a year ago, nice and clean for somebody to get into.
You have that pond, that boat ramp that's close by, right?
So I'm having a problem that taking her down south. Same road, yes. And it's a boat ramp. Could it potentially be quiet at noon? I mean, we're running out of places to search, so we might as well go check it out. Okay. Or do we want to head up to the northern part, because we know that she did go to this ramp. By chance, did she go over to one of these two? Those are my only other two ramps besides this one that's way out of the area. So I mean, yeah, I would say if we're going to hit all three of them, then we need to go hit the two to the north, yep, and then go hit the one to the south.
Let's do that, and let's get on it too, because it's almost 3.
Head east on Bacon Street toward West.
Yeah. Yeah. 3 feet, 2 feet, 2.5, 3.5. No car out here. Do not block driveway, 24-hour access. Yep. You have to show your driver's license to get through. So this next location is going to bring us back into our 5-mile radius zone.
So you're thinking about carrying the boat down here and going in?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, that looks too soft. Like, am I gonna?
I wouldn't even approach it.
She was just down right here, not that far. And she said it was really sandy in there that they had to, she couldn't get her car in there, that they had to take a truck. All right, so you're not getting a car in through here. And then kind of what she was saying over there also is it was so sandy that you weren't gonna get a car in. So, I mean, we could get a boat in,
Yep.
but is it worth scanning down there now? Last drop was right there. But you don't have enough room to get down through there. They said it was all foliage and trees. Like I was looking at like, can you get down there? Can you get down here? Did she go back to that area? It's quiet in there.
Super quiet.
So my only theory right now that I'm going with is she went back to the location where she turned her tracking off at 6:30. She returned there 5 hours later to now turn her phone off. But with that location that the last ping was by the river right there, I know that you went back there. Any chance at all anywhere back there where you might be able to get a car through to the river?
No.
100%.
100%.
Other than this one to the south, which we're not feeling confident about. I'm not, you're not. Is there anything else on 1 or 71 that you're like, hey, Jared, one last ditch effort?
There's a lake. It's like Caspiana Lake.
Like at Bishop Point, the boat ramp right there?
Is it Bishop Point?
And she has some, and she went to college nearby, so there's some nostalgia to that area.
And that's the road she took home.
So she knows that she can just get right off the road right here, and she's gone to Bishop Point before.
And mark it, and you just go straight.
So one boat ramp at Caspiana, and then Bishop Point, and both of them are off of Highway 1, and she drove past these locations all the time. Let's do that for you, because that's her road. She knows the road. And how far south did she live on 1?
Oh, we lived.
Okay.
Go to St. Maurice. We're in the woods over there.
How long did you guys live there?
Our whole life.
Are there any locations down there that you guys lived there your entire life that was like her spot?
See that? I don't remember. I moved out before she was even able to drive.
Okay.
So when she was able to drive, I'm not sure.
Okay. Because if she's making this decision on her own, she's going to return to what she knows. Because you have the Caspiana boat ramp that's down there also on the river. Let's go hit both of those boat ramps right now before sunset.
Okay.
If we don't find her at one of those 2 locations, then let's talk about her home area more. And we might possibly stay another day, and let's focus on the easy access boat ramps that she knows within there. This is her stomping ground. This is where she grew up. She was a teenager. This is her home. Well, I'm going to say you can't go to either one of those. All right, well. Everything on that one seems to be gated for Capiola. So we're going to head down to Bishop Point. Okay, 4 feet. Not deep enough yet. .7. Beagle's not going to go out this far and sink, in my opinion. 5.5 now. 6. So we're going to head down and stage in Nacogdoches tonight, and then I'll work on mapping out a new area down here, kind of a 5-mile radius, and 10 and 15, and let's identify what might be in her old stomping ground that would make sense for her, as well as anything that was right along that route that was clearly marked like this location. Like, I mean, you're driving Highway 1, it clearly had a sign that said boat ramp. Do we have any other locations like that on Highway 1 that she would drive for the last 2 years? So that's what I'm really interested in, is coming back to those easy access locations that she knows that she does not need GPS to get to. So that's where we'll start tomorrow, all right? All right, I'll text you later. Thank you. Hey.
Hey, how's it going? going?
Hey, good. Just long days in the area for sure.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Doing probably more than the Shreveport Police Department's done in 8 months. So.
Well, yeah, I think we've covered a good 20 plus locations so far. So yeah, let me kind of just give you the rundown locations we've gone and where we're at in the process and our mindset at this moment in time. So we covered everything in the 12-mile bayou that we felt would have potential access locations. We ended up in the Earl Williams boat ramp up there, just north of there. We covered things over there at Cypress boat ramps. There was 3 locations over there that we checked out. The 4th one was gated. We jumped across the river also just north of Margaritaville. There was that open area also, and there's a few deep holes over there, but we didn't find her in that location either. So yeah, we're just kind of stumped. So now what we're kind of doing is, we heard that she's from Montgomery. We heard that she drove to, LSU for, 2 years on Highway 1. And so we're starting to check out some of those locations moving south towards her home. In fact,
so what's the possibility of anything to do with Cross or Caddo? And how would anyone be able to even check that with those being so big?
Well, Cross itself is actually really shallow. We've been in that one before, and there even at the boat ramps, especially on the north side, everything on the north side is just so shallow. And then you just have the one boat ramp on the south side that's about 6 feet. However, what we're dealing with is a early morning, lots of fishermen. It's not a secluded place down there on Cross for that boat ramp. I've been down there before.
Yeah.
So I'm not real excited about it, and we didn't make our way over there. We're trying to figure out where else she might have gone. And that's what that's why I was asking you yesterday. Were there any water locations or Lover's Lane, next to a river, anything that you guys would go that was special to you?
Yeah, I mean, we literally never went to water except for 2 nights in a row. One week we went to that boat launch right there on the Red River, but that was it.
The Stoner at the dog park?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That one's really shallow and out of the question on that one. So let me just come back to the timeline and everything that I know then. So we have the 6:08. She's at the Chevron. My understanding is she sends out the 4 text messages. Right around 6:30. She turns her location off, and now we're no longer tracking her, other than we have on video in the parking garage is the last time.
And that's not even confirmable, like they said, since we can't see her.
Right. Now, so then let's go with the 4 a.m. She drops you off. What time do you end up waking up?
Oh, she didn't drop me off. She lived with me.
Okay.
So she came in. She came in with me.
Okay. And then what was the reason that she ended up? Because she didn't text you this, or you guys didn't have a fight about the text messages at this point in time, did you?
No. Yeah, I was the most dumbfounded I've ever been in my life when I woke up and she wasn't in my bed next to me. We had no argument, no anything. I mean, the night before was the last time I ever spoke to her.
Okay. So you guys came home after 4 a.m. and then you went to bed and you didn't even know that she left?
No, I never knew she left him. I literally had not only am I a deep sleeper, but I mean, I didn't even know so much that she even picked up my phone ever.
Okay. What time, and then when did you and Kirsten first find out or have some speculation that, hey, we need to start looking into this? Who noticed the text messages first?
I'm not sure because I didn't contact her until like 9 or 10 in the morning, so she might have. It probably would have been her. It had to have been her actually because she got called by Savannah.
Okay.
Whatever time that was that Savannah left that voicemail, which I think was like 6 in the morning or something like that.
Okay.
So it would have had to have been her. And other than that, I mean, I didn't see mine until I woke up, which would have to have been, I don't know. I know Kirsten, I saw another video that Kirsten recently posted saying that there's no possible way I called her. That wasn't true. So if I could just figure out what time I called her, which I probably could if I went on Instagram because that's where I called her, then that would be when I got my text messages.
Okay. And then what and then once you guys found out that she was missing, like what did you guys do as far as, a search and to, get things going? Did you guys hang out at the house? Did you guys go out driving? What was the
No, Kirsten never has liked me since
since like about a week before Savannah went missing, she stopped liking me.
Okay.
Because Savannah told her, she claims Savannah told her that something to do with bruises on her body or something like that. I don't know what it was, some bullshit. But so apparently Kirsten stopped liking me then.
Okay.
And so Kirsten and I together didn't do anything. The first thing after I called her to see if Savannah legitimately didn't have friends that she talked to outside of myself, her other sister that lives in Kentucky, and her sister Kirsten that lives here. So obviously I called Kirsten, which is who she lived with prior, and I was trying to ask, is Savannah over there? Have you seen Savannah? And then before I even got a response from Kirsten, that's when Kirsten showed up at my grandma's house, which is where we live. And what happened from there? I think I was walking back from my parents. I think I was talking to my parents. She said something, and I was like, no, she's definitely not here. And so when she told me that she also wasn't with her, I was like, well, and that's when the panic kind of started.
Right.
And then what happened after that? I know we waited. I don't think Kirsten was able to file a police report until a couple of days, or maybe the day after.
So Kirsten came over to your house then?
Yeah, the morning Savannah had left, she came over to my house.
Okay. What time was that?
Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was around about 9, because I think I woke up sometime around 9ish, and that's when I called her.
Okay. And then
I attempted to call her. She never answered me, but.
Okay. And then after that, did you leave the house and you go out looking for her, or did you stay at the house waiting for her to come home? What was the scoop on that?
I went. So a very key piece of information that her sister decides to leave out for whatever reason, I'll never know, because it's literally maybe the most important piece she could put in. But a year prior to Savannah going missing, Savannah actually checked herself into a mental rehabilitation center because she was having ideation, thoughts, that stuff.
Okay.
And so the morning she went missing, that's what I did. I pretty much just went to every single place that even resembled a mental hospital and so I'm sure you know how it works, like with Jane Doe's and all that. If she was there and she didn't want to know that she was there, she wouldn't have, I would have never been able to know. So pretty much all I was doing was looking at parking lots and stuff like that, trying to see if I could see her. The first one I went to was the one that she had already checked herself into before. She wasn't there. I went to a couple of them that were around the Bossier area, and that's pretty much what I did the first day. I went to the river where I already told you we went. I went down by Shreveport, which is right there in the same area. I went over here, and there's a parking lot. There's a Trinity Heights parking lot. It's a Baptist church where we would hang out. I went over there. I pretty much went the first day. I pretty much went everywhere that I knew her and I had frequented or at least been together.
Okay. And so this information is really good as far as some of the places you went. So with this Baptist church that you guys would go to, is there a body of water at that church by chance?
No, sir. It's right by my house. The closest body of water is that 12-mile bayou.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I've lived here I don't think there's a body of water over there. If it was, it'd have to be like a pond, like something that, I don't know. I don't think so. Okay. But I'm not sure.
Okay. And so right after Kirsten took off, you took off to just go check all these locations?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even think Kirsten took off. I think she was busy that day or something like that. She had some sort of excuse that made me upset. I don't know what it was, but.
Okay. So you took off before her?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. She'll tell everyone, and she tells everyone on Facebook that she's just I don't even know how to describe it. Like, she's just putting together these massive search efforts, but it's just not true. And Savannah's family has done even less.
Okay. How often, if at all, during the time that you guys were together, would she go back down to Montgomery?
Never.
Okay.
She went down one time, and I went with her.
Okay. Were there any bodies of water between here and there? She's like, oh, yeah, I used to hang out at this location or anything. Did she ever mention anything like that?
In Montgomery, you mean?
Or along the way on the route to Montgomery?
If there was, I wouldn't have known. Not that she said anything, no.
Okay. When you guys did go to Montgomery, did you guys take one all the way down, or did you jump over onto 71 sooner than later? Did she drive? Did you drive? I'm just trying to figure out what her regular route might have been.
I drove and turned whatever road that was. I had no clue. I remember we took one road the whole way there, whatever main highway the whole way there, and then we stopped at some gas station on an exit along the way. And so I could remember the damn gas station if I drove back the path. But we stopped at some gas station, and then once we got to the city where she was in, I mean, that was pretty much all I remember. After that, the path after that was going to her dad's house, which is what we went there for. And her dad's house was in, like, I couldn't even just, like, I could describe it nothing more than the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Timbuktu.
Okay.
We had to take a dirt road that was a dead end all the way down.
Okay. The big thing I'm just trying to figure out also is, because it seems like, from what you told me, the most, I won't say logical, probable thing, but the biggest thing that triggered her is this text message string between you and this other girl. And so I'm just now trying to figure out, all right, if I am Savannah and I'm going to get back at for any reason, was there this one specific location that if he finds me here, it's really going to eat at him for the rest of his life? So that's the biggest thing that I'm trying to figure out in all this, and it sounds like that you guys just did not have that location.
Yeah, I mean, if there was any location, it would legitimately be my own front yard or, like I said, that church parking lot. I mean, we went to that boat launch we went twice in 1 week, and maybe one more time. That would have been it. I mean, I remember I went to the Red River too and searched like all the spots that I thought I could. I went to the boardwalk, and I searched all the major big parking garages I could, looking for her car, like literally on foot walking each level by level, seeing if I could locate her car. And I mean, I never found anything. Like you said about these frequented locations, that's always been the number one thing on my mind. That's what I would suspect too. And from what I know, unless something just legitimately has left to my mind and I forgot, she hasn't been any location that we used to go to like that.
Okay. All right. Well, sounds good. Yeah, we're going to hold over one more day and search some more locations down near Montgomery and push some of our other cases back a little bit.
My mom and I have suspected for the longest that she also went somewhere in that direction or is somewhere in that vicinity. Okay. My mom even thinks that Savannah's still okay and she's living with her father in that city. Okay. I don't think that's the case, but.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think so either. I mean.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think for even a second that she's alive, but
yeah.
Obviously, when you never know, there's always a chance of anything. I mean, what I've been telling my family for the longest is, I mean, until we know where she is, then really anything's possible. So.
Right. At any point, do you feel like while you were out looking for her, do you feel like she, may have come back to the house? Was anything out of place?
No.
Okay.
She couldn't have come back to the house. Like I said, this is my grandparents' house, and they live here too. So if she came back, someone would have known.
Okay. So the grandparents would have known. Okay. All right. Well, sounds good. Like I said, I'll keep you updated tomorrow as to our progress and anything that happens.
This was the party spot. Yep, that we're at.
This one?
Yes.
Let's hope, huh?
Okay, look, we got something bigger right there. What is that on the left? And it would be if you're going to come straight off of here with a vehicle. There, so it's right there on the left.